let's now talk about Alexis Mac Allister, Jay, because I think in recent weeks, obviously before the break, Liverpool fans were very encouraged what they'd seen by Alexis Mac Allister.
Yeah.
He'd moved from number 6 into number 8. He'd been good as a 6, he'd been even better as an 8. I asked, just for clarity, I asked everyone on the Discord chat, Redmen Legends, for their man of the matches, and every single one of them said Mac Allister. David, Johan, Lucia, Tom, John, Sai, Paul, they all said Alexis Mac Allister.
Yeah.
You got to vote. Sky gave him man of the match, Liverpool's man of the match. Like, what did he do today that obviously impressed everybody, clearly impressed us? What was it about his performance today against his former club that really stood out for you?
Everything, pretty much. Yeah,
fair enough.
It's his passing is brilliant. It's calmness on the ball, being in the right place at the right time, knowing what to do when he actually gets the ball. Times where, because it was getting so congested, the ball might break out to him and he'd have like 2 people immediately closing him down. And he'd try and get a shot away, but he'd go, no, I can't. I'll just cut onto my left foot, spray it out wide. We'll recycle the attacks. You know, his decision-making so good. He's becoming, this would be a bit of a bold shout, but he's becoming our most important player, mate. I mean, you know, there's a lot of rivals for that, but his performances in the last few weeks, like you were saying, like he grew into, it was funny when he started, because I think most people wanted him to play this 8 role, where he's playing at the moment. He's playing the 6. He's getting a little bit of criticism, probably unwarranted criticism. Then I remember him coming in for some of the Europa League games. This is where before Endo had established himself as a first team player, and he's playing in the 8, and you're like, go on, Mac, just, you know, knock our socks off. And he wasn't, and he was having some fairly average games. But now, I think before he got injured, when in the 6, he was brilliant. He had that little period of injury where he was out for a few weeks, and then he's been brilliant since he's come back. Couldn't barely put a foot wrong today. Set Salah's goal up, constantly play. He played some long balls over 40 yards. He loves that little like chip, just over like 20-yard little chip. Like a kind of out the bunker shot, if you're talking, you know, for make a golf comparison. I know people sometimes talk about pitching wedges and all that. Gets people in down the right hand side. I
was thinking, Jay.
I was just thinking about me racing, but no, go on.
On the goal, obviously, his assist. I think what's interesting, obviously, he sets up Salah's goal as well. I'm talking about. He could have had a couple more assists as well if the finishing was better. So Boss like rockets it at him. Like, he absolutely fires it in. And in one quick moment, Mac Allister has taken the touch, he's taken the time, and it's easy to rush that, and he just picks a perfect... He just sees Salah, and that's what I've been most impressed by recently. He's very tenacious, don't get me wrong, and he will get a foot in, and he played on a yellow card, a poor yellow card that David Cook gave him that he didn't deserve, really. It was a nothing challenge, that. So to do that, but also keep your head... He is only 25 years old, and he's not long turned 25. He turned 25 in December. He plays the game like a veteran. He looks like a lad who's in his 30s, who's just strolling about. Everything. The best players always have more time than everyone else has on the pitch. And I think for that goal, in what was quite a chaotic game in a title race against the side who are buzzing about, you know, deserve Brighton a fame for their energy, Liverpool the same, just to have the presence of mind, just to slow things down. It's a bit like Matrix, you know what I mean? Everything's rushing around you, and I can just slow it down. I can see everything. I think for that goal, listen, it ultimately looks like a 5-yard pass, and you think it's absolutely fine, but in the context of everything about it, I think that was a perfect illustration of why we love him, because while you love the rough and the tumble of your Nunez's and your Diaz's and all that, it is also nice to have someone who can get stuck in, but also just calm you down and make you all settle nicely. And I think that's exactly what he did. Yeah,
it's funny that you say strolling, because he does give that air, but he's also combative, and he's also
get him in a 50-50 and he's like, game.
But I think that's a really good combination of, he's not, you know, you talk about like languid, Riquelme, people like that. There's a bit, actually, that ball reminds me a little bit of, there's a Pirlo pass, I think it's in the 2006 World Cup. Is it for Grosso's goal against Germany? Anyway, whatever. There's a Pirlo pass where there's just bodies everywhere, and he gets it, and it seems like he's got it on his... He's trapped it for about 5 seconds, which is obviously you never get that much time, and then it's just right now, and it's just the perfect weight, perfect timing, perfect run. you know, if we're making Pirlo comparisons and stuff like that, then he's obviously he's obviously doing well.
You know what? I don't think it's a terrible comparison.
No.
We just credit to him how good he's been.
Yeah.
I want to ask you this, Jay, because I am not criticising former players, don't get me wrong. It's just this team is different than other teams. I think in the past when Liverpool have won major trophies, or when they won the league, for example, when they won the European Cup, the midfield was functional. The midfield's job was to win the ball back, high energy, and just give it to Salah, Firmino, to Mane, give it to Trent or give it to Robertson. Liverpool have evolved past that now, where for the first time, Liverpool's midfielders are influencing the game like properly, and you're expected to as well.
Yeah.
And it feels like, again, I don't want to count any chickens before eggs hatch and stuff, but you get the sense if Mac Allister can end the last 9 games in the form that he's been in now, he's a real key component. If he plays this well, Liverpool should go pretty far, because he allows them to control games in the middle, which Jurgen's Klopp teams of the past has been a bit more chaotic. If he can get on the ball more and he can get his foot on it and he can pick those passes, it's a different way of going about it. And again, this game in particular was really, really chaotic at times, but players like him helped to calm it down a little bit. It does feel like Mac Allister is a massive key component in this title race for the Reds.
Oh, he definitely is, yeah. I think it's funny we're talking about the Liverpool midfield sort of style. You know, used to get sometimes unfairly called the Brexit midfield, but you've got the likes of Milner and Henderson in there. It was all about energy. And then I feel like they tried to do that evolution about 3 years ago. They got Thiago in. Yep. Elliott was playing centre mid against Chelsea when he was 18 years old, because it's like people who've got a bit more time on the ball, a bit more about them in terms of picking a pass. And then last season happened, and I think half of us would probably be like, let's just get a load of young, fit lads who were crap on the ball but can run. After the fall off of the physical fall off of the likes of Fabinho and Henderson and stuff like that. But we seem to have got a good combination of lads who are physical but also have got this presence of mind on the ball, talent on the ball, can shoot as well, which is, Szoboszlai, I mean, he scored 1 or 2 belters, but that creates an issue even in and of itself. If you like some Mac Allister can offer a threat from distance, people might be charging out to block the shot, and then you can just slip it. You can fake the shoot. I think, I said it before. Is he our most important player? I mean, it's a big call with the likes of Virgil and Mo and whatever in the team, but he could be the difference if he can continue this form for the next 9 games. He could be the difference in this title race. I was thinking
in title race that Liverpool have got in the past, and ultimately, like when Liverpool have been in proper title races, they failed. Yeah, failed a loose term. They didn't win the league. Someone got the better of them. I do wonder if Mac Allister is the point of difference from those title races to these ones, in that he will offer you. There'll be games when it's mad, and if he can offer you just those little bit more, like that moment today, that pass is fantastic. Like that's when the world's going mad and you can slow it down. Like that's brilliant. I do wonder, Jay, if again, I am not slagging Henderson, Wijnaldum, Milner, all these lads off because they were doing the job the manager asked them. Alexis has to do a different job, but I'm just wondering in this evolution of Liverpool as we come towards the end of Jurgen Klopp's reign now, if Mac Allister can be that little point of difference in those games where there is going to be ups and downs, if he can play passes like he played today and use the ball like he did today, that separates Liverpool who didn't get over the line to potentially Liverpool who maybe can. I mean, if you look at getting over the line in terms of him, he doesn't start the first game of that Argentina World Cup winning run, comes in, and you can imagine in terms of pressure, you imagine it, in just football insane country, haven't won the World Cup for 30 odd years or whatever, admit Maradona died, but what I mean, and it's like Messi's last chance, and he gets them over the line, not single-handedly because Messi had a lot to do with it, but so did he,
he played a big part in that.
He absolutely did.
And I know it's a different thing, but you can't, in terms of being a difference maker, there's no more pressure situation than going through that. So I'm confident he can be the difference maker to us this year. To round this conversation off, then rating for today. Everyone, we agree he's the man of the match. What you got to give him your highest? 9.5.
Fine.
Have we given any 10s out this year? I don't.
Very few, probably. I'm a bit more generous with my ratings.
I want to be like, not like L'Keep, where he'd get like a 6.
Paul's dad, John Machin's never give a 10 out.
Nah.
Yeah, then you're going to stick to that one. I think that's fine.
Hey, thank you so much for checking out the content today. If you want to get your name in and amongst these wonderful people, then head to redmenplus.com. Join as a legend tier subscriber. You're going to get free merchandise codes. You're going to get in our Discord, and you're going to get your name at the end of YouTube videos. Yes, redmenplus.com, legend tier status.